to Love Munchies. So today I'm making for you the most delicious, amazing loaded baked potato soup. It's creamy, cheesy, it's everything you want in a baked potato and soup. So wait till you try this one. Here we go, let's do it. Okay, let's get started. We're going to start by cooking 1 package of bacon, 12 to 16 ounces. Line a sheet tray with foil and put it in the oven. We're going to wash about 4 to 5 pounds of potatoes. We're going to leave the skin on, scrub them. Make sure you're using a sharp knife and dice up your potatoes to the size that you prefer. I like them a little larger for this soup. And yeah, we're leaving the skin on because we're making baked potato soup. You could also use leftover actual baked potatoes. We're going to put these in the oven and roast them. Season them with some olive oil or vegetable oil, salt, pepper, fresh garlic, and you're going to toss them to combine everything really well. And then we're going to roast them in the oven at 400 for about 30 to 45 minutes till they're slightly golden brown. You're going to have a little extra so you can enjoy those later. We're going to take 1 large onion here and dice it up. 3 stems of celery, dice that up, set it aside. Check on our bacon. Our bacon looks good. It's not too crispy, it's not too tender. We're going to take it out of the grease, dry it off with a paper towel on a plate, and then we're going to go ahead and dice that up. Set it aside. And who doesn't love bacon, am I right? Alright, now we're going to dice up some green onions and go all the way down to the white part at the bottom. You're just going to dice that up, chop that up a little finer. Set that aside. And we're also going to mince up some fresh parsley, about 3 tablespoons of parsley. Go ahead and set the parsley aside as well. Okay, our potatoes are looking good. At this point you can take them out and use a spatula and toss them up. Continue cooking. Now we're going to start on our pot of soup. We're going to take 2 sticks or 1 cup of butter over medium heat in a stock pot. We're also going to take 3 to 4 tablespoons of that bacon grease with the little bacon bits in there and add that to the soup as well. This is going to give the soup a little extra delicious flavor. It's really amazing, trust me. And just stir this occasionally till it starts to get nice and melty. Then we're going to add our celery and onions. We're going to saute our celery and onions till they're tender and almost translucent. And then we're going to make a roux, which is our thickening agent for the soup. Now we're going to use 1 cup of all-purpose flour. When you make a roux, you use equal parts fat and flour. Our potatoes came out, they look delicious. Mix them up a little and you can set those aside for now. So again, 1 cup of flour, because we used 1 cup of butter. Equal parts fat and flour make a roux. And then we're going to saute this and mix it up for 2 to 3 minutes to form a blonde roux. We're going to cook that raw flour out of there. Once you get it all incorporated, you can just stir it occasionally for the 2 to 3 minutes. And now we're going to add chicken broth. You can make your own. You can use water and chicken base, or you'll see that I used here chicken broth in a package from the store. We're going to use 2 quarts of chicken broth. You want to slowly incorporate that into your roux. Just drizzle a little bit at a time till it gets all incorporated, and once it is, then you continue to add more. Make sure you're getting the sides of the pan as well. You don't want to get little roux balls, little flour balls. You don't want that to ruin your soup. No one wants to take a bite of that. So if you do it this way, nice and slow, it all gets incorporated and it'll be nice and smooth, easy breezy. Now we can add our next one. And then what we're going to do is bring it to a quick boil, down to a simmer, and we're going to simmer it for 15 to 20 minutes. And stirring it occasionally. You don't want to let the bottom burn, so you want to keep checking on it. There's a lot of whisking in this soup, but it's worth it. Oh my, is it worth it? Taking a spoon to make sure we got it all released from the sides. So now simmering, it should just be barely bubbling on the edges and occasionally in the middle. But first, remember you had to bring it to a boil. Okay, so now you can see it got thicker. So I'm going to add 2 cups of water to get it to the thickness I desire. Go ahead and add in your bacon and make sure you set aside some to top each bowl, because we're going to top each bowl of soup with our condiments as well. So you're going to save a little bit and set to the side. Now turn the heat off before you add the cheese. Add 2 cups of cheddar cheese, or a mixture of cheese with cheddar in it. Nice and slow. You mix it in 1 cup at a time. Make sure, like I said, turn the heat off when you do this so it's nice and smooth and it doesn't get gritty. Now we're going to add in our parsley. Again, set a little parsley aside as well to top your bowls at the end, if you want. And then we're going to add our chives, our green onions, and definitely be sure to set some green onions aside. Okay, now turn the heat back on. Give it a little taste test to see where your flavorings are. And then we're going to add 2 cups of half and half. And now you're going to add salt and pepper to taste. I add approximately 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of pepper. Add in your potatoes. If you feel like you have too many, you don't have to add them all. You can use those for meal prep or to enjoy later or to munch on right now. But it is baked potato soup after all. Now don't use your whisk anymore, otherwise your potatoes will start to fall apart, and I like to leave it chunky. However, if you like it that way, you can use a whisk. You could also puree it a little with an immersion blender if you want it smooth. But you'll see it's nice and chunky and hearty, comforty soup here. And now we're going to add the teaspoon of salt and the teaspoon of pepper. Always taste what you make to make sure it's delicious. Adjust your seasonings at the end, not at the beginning. Okay, just mix that in there. And we are done. Serve it up in a nice bowl. Look at how, oh my gosh, it's amazing. That is amazing. Look how wonderful that looks. It tastes even better than it looks. Okay, serve it up in a nice bowl. I have these cute little cracks. Oh, little slow motion action. Top it with some cheese, some bacon, and some chives or green onions. Clean those edges of the bowl up. And there you have it. The most wonderful, delicious bowl of soup that you're gonna have. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this recipe and you'll try it for yourself. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Comment if you made it, if you love it. It's creamy, thick, and delicious. I look forward to making another recipe for you soon. Enjoy. So good.